Dream Sequence. This is kind of a classic Circles Riff-A-Rama song. After writing a few of those songs for the album, we got together and we was just like, oh, we're missing the heavy a little bit. Everything sounds cool and we're cool with the direction and everything, and we're really being creative, and it's fun, written without any boundaries, and it's been amazing. But we're still, we're all heavy music fans. Like really, when we're growing up, we listen to heavy music and stuff with kind of raw energy, and we still gravitate towards that.
Lyrically, this was actually, a lot of this came from an idea Dave had about something in your life being too good to be true, and you know it, and you know that at some point soon it's gonna come to an end. You don't know how, but you know it is, and just sort of living in that moment of this is good, it's about to suck, but I like this moment right now.
Renegade is another song that was one of those ones that took us a long time to write and went through a lot of changes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially the first half, we all struggled to come up with a way. Like we've had so many different versions. It started off heavy, started off quiet, started off weird. We had so many different variations on it. And when we were away for that writing session, Drew actually went off into the woods and wrote the melody for the verse of that song, and that came out all right. And I think that set the precedent for the rest of the songs, the rest of the song melodically.
Lyrically, it's about someone close to you just abandoning you, I guess. Just dropping off the face of the earth, cutting all contact, and then wanting to come back. Blueprints was a Drew-led adventure with lyrics and with melodies actually as well. He did quite a bit of this song. But essentially it's about someone being taken prisoner, either physically or emotionally, and then faking Stockholm Syndrome and flipping it to overcome the captor and then get out and have a happy ending.
I just wanted to write something that was odd, just doesn't fit into any scale or anything, just going off the whole mission statement of let's write weird stuff that breaks all the boundaries. So with that in mind, I used my piano roll and used a synth, like a sawtooth synth, to write these random notes in just no order at all, and came to this weird, this weird riff. And then I used that, and then I put that in a different bar, and then filled the second bar with some staccato stuff and little dissonant stuff. And then that became the riff. So yeah, that's the way I write riffs. So that's just, go for it, guys. Steal my secrets. Yeah. Just be as dumb as I am and write music. Along with Ghosts, back to dark and bleak. The song musically is another one that went through many changes. Many changes until we were happy with where it sat. And once the vocals were on it, we were like, yeah, this is the right way to go. Has the concept of repetition, but dynamically changing that repetition to make it mean something different and something more and progress. So if you listen to the intro, which is the verse, it also happens at the end, which you think is a chorus, but it's actually a verse that we used at the start. So this is a massive, I don't know what to call it, it's just an experiment on how we can change the standard way of writing a song.
Yeah. Lyrically, it deals with these two people that have become, I guess, locked in a relationship that they've stayed with for too long, for fear of what happens outside the relationship. They don't know who they are without each other. They don't know, or they're scared of what happens outside of the relationship, even though there's so much resentment and bitterness inside it. But, you know, halfway through the song, where the mood changes, I guess, and everything drops down, it's just that moment of realization that, like has been explored in a couple of the other songs, it can be scary to let go of what you know, but there's hope on the other side, and there's, you know, your life will keep going. And this one in particular, I think when we were tracking the vocals, we really wanted it to sound vulnerable and honest and intimate, which I think it ends up sounding. Not mucking around with comping takes or anything like that. It was just, if the emotion was there, that's what it's about. Just capturing that feeling as best we could.
You've waited too long, now it's over. All the mistakes